This Saturday, experience extraordinary music under the stars. Join Madison Opera for Opera in the Park, a free concert in Garner Park featuring the best of opera and Broadway. Opera in the Park 2026 takes place at 8 p.m. on Saturday, July 18th. The rain date is Sunday, July 19th. Pack a picnic, gather your friends, and join Madison Opera to celebrate 25 years of this magical night. Learn more at madisonopera.org. This is CityCast Madison. I'm Bianca Martin, and here's what Madison's talking about. Today, it's Thursday, so of course it's time to dish on Madison's food and bar scene. But first, I've got a quick favor to ask y'all. CityCast is doing our annual listener survey, and it would really help us out if you took it. Filling out the survey helps us serve you and our city better. If you took the survey last year, firstly, thank you, and please be sure to fill it out again this year because we can't use old data. Head to citycast.fm/survey to fill it out. And once you finish, you'll be eligible to win a $250 Visa gift card and CityCast Madison swag. Maybe buy some books. We'll talk about that later. All right. That's at citycast.fm/survey. And we're going to dive into the show. We're getting into a local bookstore's brand new downtown space. And did anyone say popsicles? You may have noticed it's hot as heck. So we've got some cool recs to keep you from melting. Joining me for today's episode is our regular contributor extraordinaire, Cap Times food and culture editor, Lindsay Christians. Hey, Lindsay.
Hi.
And for our first newsy story, the owner of Lake City Books, Molly Fish. Hello.
Hi, Bianca. Hi, Lindsay.
This is so fun. I should note that Lake City Books has been a sponsor of our show in the past, which thank you. And covering this delicious news story about their new space is, as all of our stories are, 100% editorially independent from our sponsors. All right, let's crack the book open. Lake City Books. Y'all opened a brick and mortar shop just 3 years ago and are moving out of your first partially subterranean home on North Hamilton Street on over to a bigger space on South Carroll. There will be a bar. We're very excited. Molly, how are you feeling right now? What is happening?
I'm feeling great. I'm running on fumes at this point, trying to get this place open in one more day, but I can't wait for everyone to see the new space. It's double the size of our first location. It has floor-to-ceiling windows on 2 different sides. It has a patio by the bar. It's got seating for 30, just on a regular day. So it'll just be, it's a new hangout space, the way that we just couldn't have before with our old location. We had 2 chairs and it was a great place to shop. And I think people really loved it. And that's why we were kind of outgrowing that space so quickly, as everyone was enjoying shopping there. But I think they want more of a place to hang out. You want to be able to sit and talk with people about books. People want a place downtown that's another third space they can go to and meet up with their friends. And what better place than surrounded by books and surrounded by natural light and plants. And you can get a kombucha on tap, or you could get wine curated by Square Wine Company. I mean, what else could you want?
Yes, this is so exciting. And yes, just personally, I am a fan of Lake City Books, and it was one of those things where I just walked by on Hamilton, and Hamilton's a little bit of a hill, and I was like, oh wait, what's that? There's a bookshop. So I feel even traffic, walking traffic could miss it basically. And now you're saying the space is doubling. This is so exciting. Lindsay, I want to bring you into the conversation because I'm stoked about this. And this happening bookstore downtown is about to get more happening. I know you're a huge reader in Madison. How is this news hitting you?
So drinking wine and reading books is sort of my whole personality. And no shade, but kind of shade to golf simulators. We didn't need more golf simulators downtown. I'm so pumped for this to be a space that's going to give you guys more visibility, I hope. And
Definitely.
Also just to have more space. The things that I love about Lake City Books, there are great recs. You guys run a bunch of book clubs, right? Always. Yep. And I follow, I don't want to be told what to read because I'm very much a mood reader. I read contemporary literary fiction. We're going to get into some recs a little bit later in this episode, but I love seeing the little shelf talkers where the booksellers are telling you like what is wonderful that they've read recently. And I have a policy for myself that every time I go into an independent bookstore like Lake City, I get to buy a book. Which
It's a
means,
good policy.
Yeah, it's a great policy. It brings me so much joy. And I have loved bringing like the new like bestsellers that I've purchased back into Lake City. If you guys can resell them, I get credit and then I can buy more books.
Thank you for pitching that because, yes, we do buy used books for store credit. And especially if they are like recent bestsellers in good condition, we give you pretty decent store credit. It's much more than you're going to get at like half price books or something like that. So, and then you can actually now, Lindsay, spend that credit at the bar. How about that? Turning books into wine.
Oh my gosh. It's a sacred experience here. We're talking new barstool talk to be had. And honestly, that's a great segue for me to get to my next question, Molly, which if you could just set up, like, what is the ethos of Lake City Books? Like, what are y'all all about for folks who don't know?
We are all about the joy of reading, the joy and community of books. Reading is such a solo activity, but the best part about reading a book is talking about books, I think. You read something great and you're like, oh my God, I have to talk to somebody about this. And we are there for you and for that joy of talking about books. And so we have something for everyone. We are the downtown Madison bookstore. And so we want to also represent Madison. We have tons of local books, Wisconsin history, fiction by local authors. We sell Lindsay Christian's book, for example, Madison Chefs. And we love celebrating Madison and local gifts. We have like candles by Wisconsin Candle Company, which are made in Wanakee, other local like sticker makers who are from around Madison, and we sell them. So we have a lot of independent goods that we sell. And I just think if you were visiting downtown Madison, and people love visiting a bookstore when they're in a new spot, they could walk in, they could get a sense of Madison and the city. It's communal, it's fun, it's still, you know, I'm from the east side of Madison. I'm bringing some of that east side quirky vibe. There's Facebook Marketplace decor. I'm not going to lie to you, but like in a fun, funky way. We had to take this space that was really beautifully built, but then quirk it up a little, right? And make it into a fun indie bookstore. We had to add all our bookshelves, and there's like a 36-foot long, gorgeous built-in bookshelf with a rolling ladder on it. But then there's
a rolling
also
ladder
like,
really like takes it there though.
Beauty and the Beast, man. Beauty and the Beast.
Full Beauty and the Beast moments. But then there's also like fun frog statues on top of that shelf, right? So like we're giving you the Madison experience, and I think Madison's a really smart and literary community. So I think a great downtown bookstore with a bar is like very representative of our city.
Yeah, and forgot to mention we have an author in this conversation with Lindsay.
Yeah.
When you first opened Lake City Books, it was right next door to the Children's Museum. You said you were going to have a lot of like kidlit, you know, children's books, YA. Different bookstores in the Madison area have specialties. Like Arcadia out at Spring Green has wonderful plays. Like there's a ton of plays at Arcadia. There are certain places that I would go if I wanted to buy cookbooks, for example. What do you see as like your particular strength? I know we've talked about romance before, but are there other things that you think Lake City does particularly well in terms of what's on the shelves?
Yeah, so we still have a really great kids section. It's one of the big corners at the new store, which has like floor to ceiling windows. So it's really bright and beautiful. And we have a mural by an artist from the Madison Children's Museum that is very like fishy and aquatic because I go full fish and lakey in all of my decor. So get ready for a lot of blue and fish.
I love to learn this about you, Molly Fish.
It's real on the nose. I'm not going to lie. I'm not a complicated person. So we still have a really great kids section. I do think that's one of our strengths. I would say in terms of like what we sell and what we curate really well, it would be fantasy, fiction, romance, romantasy, and a lot of that genre fiction, which is so fun and popular. So thriller, mystery, but like personally, I'm a big fantasy and romantasy person. And it is oftentimes relegated to back corners of bookstores of like fantasy and sci-fi grouped together. First of all, ridiculous. That should never happen. They are their own separate things. And we just love to celebrate this, I don't know, really a fun escapist stuff. Like escapist fiction, I think, is one of our one of our specialties if I had to kind of put an umbrella over it. However, we are still doing and expanding all of our sections and adding new sections like a drama and plays section. We're expanding our cookbook section. We have a whole nonfiction nook, which by nook I mean like it's everything at this store is supersized, so it's massive. And we've been able to expand all of those sections. So there's definitely something for everyone. But that big 36-foot bell ladder, like from Beauty and the Beast, that is all that fiction, fantasy, romantasy, like bread and butter.
It's Thursday. So we have talked a beautiful degree about what kind of books, y'all have, what your ethos is.
But
I do want to talk about the bar and like what you guys are offering for libations. Like, what are you planning to serve?
Okay, we have first and foremost wonderful wines. We're starting with 11 different wines curated by Andrea Hilsey from Square Wine Company. She has been incredible to work with, and personally, I'm just obsessed with her, and I think she might be the coolest person in Madison. I just don't know if you've ever
okay, we're gonna
gone
have
to a tasting.
Accurate.
Gonna have to have you on the scene, Andrea, or on the show.
Yeah.
You're on the scene. We need you on the show.
Yeah. Get her on the show. She's so cool. So it's really across the board. We're trying to have a little bit of everything, but very summer wine menu right now, where most things are chilled, most things, which in this heat feels like a great relief. And the really fun part about our wine menu is that we have these bookish tasting notes for every wine. So there's like a Sauvignon Blanc, and the tasting notes are that it's green, herbal, citrus, and as fresh as a debut author. We're tying in, and I just think it's really fun for people like Lindsay. Like, I could just see you squealing at the bar reading this menu. And because that's how I felt when I was working on it too, is like, it's all of the most fun things combined. And there's lots of little Easter eggs, like a David Sedaris, like dry as a David Sedaris essay.
Oh my God.
For a dry Gruner Veltliner.
Okay, like as preparing for this conversation, I actually thought, I was like, is anyone doing that sort of thing where you're pairing like wine notes with the books, and you're doing it? Like, I think that would be a great podcast too.
Totally. We're doing it. I think that's a really fun future event idea. We also have a lot of taps that we inherited from the previous tenant. And so we're having working draft beer on tap. We love a local beer. We're having a kombucha on tap, which is really delicious. And it's like a berry kombucha, so it looks kind of like an NA rosé in the wine glass.
Nice.
And we have wine on tap too. So 4 of our 11 wines are actually on tap. And it's just really fun. I don't know if I'm a person that, like, if I go to Mint Mark, I'm like, what's the tap draft, right? Like, I like trying tap drinks a lot. So I think it's fun they're on tap. But yeah, we have other NA options like Bubbler, San Pellegrino. Very, like, you can certainly hang out without imbibing alcohol, and there's plenty for you there. But I think the most exciting part is that this space where the bar is built for events. It's got tables and chairs there so that we can have an author night. And there's just like way less setup now. We don't have to move all of our stuff out of the way to have an author, to do a trivia night, to do a puzzle night, to have a no screens, like talk to a stranger night, or meet cute night, or like a wine and book pairing notes kind of an event. So we're going to be doing a lot of different events and really trying to activate that bar space.
I was wondering, is this going to change your hours? Will you be open later with the addition of the wine?
Absolutely. We are going to be open till 8 p.m. most days. So that's 2 hours later than we used to close. And we're going to be trying that for a while, seeing if we can increase to maybe 9 p.m. if there's that kind of interest on like maybe Friday, Saturday, but starting with 8 p.m.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. And how about like eats? Are you going to have any snacks?
Not to start. There's lots of great places around, and people are welcome to bring in light snacks to snack on while they're around. But there's no kitchen, and so we might just do some small, like, pre-packaged things in the future.
Okay, Molly, I want to talk about the business of it all. This model, was including a bar in your business like a financial necessity just to survive as an independent bookstore in Madison on the downtown square, no less? Like, it feels like I've heard from other business owners, like, I have a beekeeping business, but I need to sell beer. No, that's a fake example, but you know what I mean?
So we were definitely financially viable as only a bookstore at our old location. However, the costs have gone up with the big, giant new space. And the bar was already there. It was pre-existing from the previous tenant. And so when I was looking at the space and I was like, this is too big for a bookstore, like I can't afford this, the calculation became actually, if we activate part of this as a bar and event area, then it would help afford the space. So I would say like a little bit of both. We absolutely, like downtown Madison can support a bookstore and we were doing great, but we, for this larger space and the increase in staff and all the increase in costs, we are excited to have the extra revenue.
Well, you know, one thing that I think we can all agree on is everyone is inclined to attend a good party. And I understand you're going to have a launch party. Molly, like, what are the details there?
This whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we are doing a grand opening party. And we have specials going all weekend. We have author signings on Friday and Saturday night. We have specials. So all of our new merch is going to be 40% off. There's going to be a raffle you can enter all weekend to win like, I'm talking about like a $300 gift card, friends. Like this, you could get a lot of wine with that. and books, of course. We still sell books. And there's, in addition to the raffle and the sale, there's also going to be like $5 taps. So you can try out all of our different tap wine and beer for cheap and just like figure out what your favorite is before you start becoming a regular and you know what your drink is. But really, we just want people to come see the new space and be as excited about it as we are.
This is so awesome. And I also recommend people follow you on all of the socials so they can see like the work that's being done. And if they, need more details, you can always follow up, look on their socials and website. But I do want to, before we go, and we don't have a ton of time, but talk about summer reading recommendations because folks are going to want to know, what should I buy? What should I be reading here? And I know Lindsay is doing a happy dance. We had talked about this before. There's so much. There's so many good books this summer. But Molly, I'm going to start with you. We're going to do a sort of rapid fire, but like, what are some books you can recommend 10-page turning fingers down?
I have to mention the buzziest book of the year so far, Yesteryear by Carol Claire Burke. It is a fabulous read. Can't put it down. Love it or hate it. There's a lot of controversial opinions because it's about a trad wife influencer who gets like sent back in time to actual trad wife times and has to deal with that. So if you haven't read it, you've probably heard of it. And I think it really is worth the read. It's really a fun read. And it's kind of what everyone's talking about. So that's like one of the books of the year so far.
And Lindsay, I feel like you've actually talked about it on the show before.
Yeah. So I'm going to go lightning round here. Okay. So first, Canon by Paige Lewis is a non-binary odyssey. There's a truth-telling newt in it. There's a talking whale. There's like magical women on islands. And then there's a warrior prophet named Adrena. This looks like a chunky book. It's almost 500 pages, but trust me when I say every chapter is like a page and a half to 3 pages. It reads like an epistolary novel. It reads really fast and it's really inventive in structure. So Canon, highly recommend. Maria Semple, she wrote Where'd You Go, Bernadette? Her new book is called Go Gentle. It's about this mid-50s woman. She lives in sort of this coven of divorced ladies in a New York apartment, and she gets embroiled in art fraud. It's a little bit of a love story. It's kind of like a mystery. It's so funny. Her voice is so funny. Highly recommend Go Gentle by Maria Semple. Via Coco is the new novel by Andrew Sean Greer. It's sort of a little bit based on his own intergenerational friendship with an 80-something woman. Our young, gay main character, it's like the 80s. He goes to a Tuscan villa and he ends up befriending an eccentric Contessa. This is like just a dreamy setting. It's really beautiful writing. And it's like set in Italy. It's just a wonderful summer read. One of the books I could not put down was Best Offer Wins by Marissa Cascino. This has real like Gone Girl vibes, if you liked Gone Girl. I would call it like a real estate thriller about a woman who will just stop at nothing to buy this specific house in a desirable neighborhood in D.C. I loved this book. I read it in like 2 days. It's so like juicy and like things keep getting more unhinged. It's fantastic. fantastic. Clutch by Emily Nemens is about a group of women in midlife, like 40s, 50s. They've been friends since their 20s. They still get together. It's like Sex and the City goals. They start showing up for each other as their lives take really unexpected turns. This is a book, if you love like female friendship in books, this is great. American Fantasy by Emma Straub. Imagine if NSYNC went on a cruise right now in 2026 with an entire ship full of like screaming devoted fans. This looks like it's going to be a traditional romance, but it's actually about like the sincere love of fandom and the love in fandom. This is the ideal summer read. And then finally, I cannot leave without mentioning Whistler by Ann Patchett. It is an Ann Patchett summer, friends. She's got a new novel out. It is so, so good. Nobody writes like Ann Patchett does. This is a platonic love story between a woman who runs into a man who was her stepfather for a few years in her childhood and then she like never saw again. And just their friendship is so lovely. It's a beautiful, wonderful read. It will make you feel good no matter where you read it.
Lindsay, do you read a lot?
I just want to say thank you to Lindsay for giving those recs. I don't have that kind of energy right now when I'm trying to get this store ready, but I will tell everyone that those books are all available for purchase at Lake City Books starting at 10 a.m. on Friday, July 17th, when we have our ribbon cutting. You could walk in and see most of those on our bestseller table first thing you see. So thank you, Lindsay, for doing the Lord's work.
I want to write Shelf Talkers. It's a dream.
Oh my God.
We'll talk.
This has been so fun. All right. Molly Fish, owner of Lake City Books, congratulations on the new space. It sounds incredible. And we're obviously wishing you the absolute best. And I can't wait to see you there.
Thank you both so much. This has been great.
Congratulations, Molly.
We've got more stories just around the corner, but we want to hear from you listening. Do you think Madison needs more places to wine and read together? Where are your favorite spots to do that? Or do you have any favorite Lake City book stories? Any gems you picked up that we need to add to our summer reading list? Obviously, we're hungry to hear what you're thinking. Let us know. Text us or leave us a voicemail on the CityCast Madison line at 608-318-3367. We love hearing from you, and we'd love to include your thoughts in an upcoming mailbag segment. All right. Stay close and we'll be right back. I feel like you're sitting on more cold and sweet recommendations, Lindsay. What else do you got?
Yeah, I think if you want something like brick and mortar where you know what the hours are, I love a mangonada. And they have them at Paradise Ice Cream on Monona Drive. So it's like mango sherbet and like frozen mangoes, which when you freeze mango, it's not like when you freeze a strawberry. Like strawberries will freeze really hard, but mangoes kind of never freeze all the way through. So you can still kind of bite into them even if they're frozen. Hot tip, have frozen mangoes in your freezer all the time, in my opinion.
I think I have an old Trader Joe's mango bag that's half eaten. So I'm like, yeah, that is a thing. I've never thought about it too hard, but
they don't freeze as hard. So yeah, mango sherbet, frozen mangoes, and then chamoy, which is like this, it's like a fruity sauce that has also like some dried chili in it. So it's like fruity and tangy and like slight bit of heat. It's like cool and sweet and spicy and amazing. And it's like, it's not spicy. I don't want to say it's like spicy. It has like a little bit of heat to kind of balance out the mango. And it's just... Mangonada, they're so good. They're so delicious.
I've never had this and mango before we carry on because I'm obsessed with mango. I'm like, I want to know this Paradise Ice Cream. So that's the spot that is over. It's like in a strip of businesses where there's Monona Bakery, there's Rocky Rococo's, like hot 100%. And spicy. Okay.
Yeah. And they have paletas there too. The mangonada is like so delicious. I was looking to see, I was like, I get cravings for soft serve in the summertime. And there are not a ton. There's like the frozen yogurt boom is come and gone. We don't have frozen yogurt like at all anymore in Madison, which is sad to me. But there is soft serve at Butterbird, and they have shakes there too. And they do soft serve at 7 Acre Dairy with like really fun flavors. And Ahan has really fun flavors of soft serve too. I don't want to call it like bougie soft serve. It's just like more...
It does feel fancy.
Yeah, it feels kind of fancy. Like the stuff that I grew up with was like the chocolate vanilla twist at the Tasty Conette, right? So, and I still love those, but I do kind of get cravings for soft serve in the summertime. And if we're talking about ice cream, Chocolate Chop is my ride or die. The peanut butter and chocolate, I think, is the best. But you guys did an episode where you tasted a bunch of ice cream. So I want to know what your favorites are.
Yeah, I mean, that was so fun. I'm glad that we did that and would do it again because, I mean, Madison really does have so many original folks making chocolate. I stand with you with Chocolate Shop. Zanzibar chocolate is my go-to. But I also really like Calliope ice cream, which was one of the winners of the bunch. I get their ice cream over at the Garber Feed Mill. And once they had a pickle flavor ice cream that I, of course, had never had that flavor before. I don't know that I'll ever eat something so good again. I want them to bring it back, but they really do savory flavors well. And I'm a savory gal through and through.
Check out their sweet corn flavor. Whenever she brings it back, she does like a sweet corn. It's so good.
Ooh, that sounds delicious. Oh my God.
It's really delicious.
Well, I mean, we were talking earlier about wines. Well, like what about adult options in the cold sphere?
So Table Wine just added Frosé. And I feel like Frosé was a trend. Like, I don't even know.
I've seen that they have Frosé. I'm like, that's right. That's right.
And I know there are some bars locally that have slushies. So the Muskie has slushies. You probably know better what they are at this moment. I think they've done like a Negroni slushie.
Ooh.
Robin Room was doing like a spicy watermelon margarita slushie.
Hell yeah. That sounds awesome.
I think State Line has done slushies that have their coffee liqueur in them, which I love. So that's really, really good.
That's peak.
Yeah. It's excellent. Also, like, this is like something that you can do either out or at home. But I have a bottle of limoncello that I got from, I can't remember if I got it from Osteria Novello or Bar Corallini, one of the two. They both have it. And I keep it in my freezer and it doesn't freeze all the way because it's alcohol, but it's like really cold and really good. And it's kind of like this like lemony, slushy booze for like the end of your dinner or something. It's just so good.
That's a good tip. I've had like the shots going to Osteria Novella and had it at the bar, but that's something that you can freeze. That sounds like a really good tip.
It's really, really good. We are in Wisconsin, and so boozy ice cream drinks are a thing. They have them at Leopold's Books Bar Cafe. They have them at Turnkey. I love like the boozy ice cream drinks at Random in Milwaukee, but that's a little further out. So boozy ice cream drinks, I feel like, are always a fun go-to. If you're at a supper club this summer, I think Toby's does them. I know the Del Bar and the Dells does them. So, like, if you're on the road, yes, a grasshopper,
Brandy
a pink
Alexander,
squirrel. Yeah. So, and then my hot tip for if you want to do one at home, I've made like a watermelon granita with rosé. It's super delicious. It's easy to make. You like scrape it. You like freeze it and scrape it because it doesn't freeze all the way, right? It just like becomes this granita. And then you put like in like your fancy little coupe that you would normally put like your sidecar in. You put the granita in there and then you like put a couple drops of bitters on the top. It's so good.
That is incredible. Lindsay, you're showing your stripes once again that you are like that girl to know, like during the summertime. these like, so you brought it so hard. Like these are such great recommendations.
Yay, thank you. I love cold things in summer.
Yeah, and I feel like having one of those or making that watermelon granita and sitting outside and reading a book or, hey, maybe you'll see some of these eventually on the menu over at Lake City Books. But this has been so fun and super helpful for, us people who like to host. Alrighty. Cap Times food and culture editor Lindsay Christians, thank you so much.
Thank you. This was a delight.
That's all for today here on CityCast Madison. I'm your host, Bianca Martin. Don't forget to take our audience survey. We really mean this. It's really helpful for us. We want to know what we're doing right, what we could do better. You'll be helping us out. And you also have the chance to win a $250 Visa gift card and CityCast swag. So that's at citycast.fm/survey. Fill it out. And if you enjoyed today's show, why not share this episode with someone who likes to savor life a little, have a little sweet cold treat and wine with their books. But seriously, help spread the word about CityCast Madison, help folks find our show. Let's grow our community. Let's grow this show. Make it the best, the baddest it's ever been. All right, y'all. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more stories from around the city. Until then, take good care. And of course, thank you for listening.